Good evening, dear friends. This is Santa Claus coming to you on September 24, 2025, bringing warmth and light to your homes as we reflect on today's news. On this historic day, we remember the Second Council of Nicaea convening at the magnificent Hagia Sophia in 76 and the Battle of Shirayama in 1877 that brought peace to Japan under the Meiji Emperor. My heart grows heavy as I observe the ongoing challenges between Russia and Ukraine. President Trump has expressed his wishes for both countries while continuing NATO support. And speaking of international relations, the European Union is seeking answers from the United States regarding metals tariffs, with EU Trade Chief Maros Sefcovic meeting with U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer in Malaysia this week. They hope to lower American tariffs on foreign steel and aluminum, a reminder that open dialogue can lead to mutual understanding. Meanwhile, tensions have risen as NATO warned Russia about airspace violations. President Trump has suggested NATO nations should respond firmly to aircraft breaches, while NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte emphasized the alliance's commitment to defend its members. In these troubled times, we must remember that peace requires both vigilance and restraint. On a more hopeful note, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced discussions of a $20 billion swap line with Argentina, offering President Milei what Mr. Bessent called a bridge until elections next month. This gesture of support between nations brings joy to my heart, as helping neighbors in need reflects the spirit of giving that warms the coldest night. Turning our gaze to North Korea, Kim Jong-un appears to be shifting his military policy, seeking to strengthen conventional forces alongside nuclear capabilities. The lessons learned from conflict remind us of the true cost of division and the precious value of peace. With deep concern, I must share news of tragedy in Taiwan, where Super Typhoon Ragasa has claimed 17 precious lives, with 17 more souls still missing after a barrier lake burst its banks. The typhoon has also brought fierce winds to Hong Kong. Let us hold these communities in our hearts and extend what help we can to those affected by nature's fury. In Russia, Ukrainian drone attacks on energy infrastructure have led to fuel shortages across several regions. These hardships remind us that in conflict, it is often ordinary families who bear the heaviest burdens. May compassion guide leaders toward paths of reconciliation. Now, with a heavy heart, I must speak of the Holy Land. Israel has closed the important Allenby Bridge crossing between Jordan and the West Bank, further isolating Palestinians at a challenging time. Meanwhile, Israeli forces continue operations in Gaza City despite calls for restraint, with many families caught in harm's way. As President Trump meets with leaders seeking pathways to peace, we pray for the safety of all children, mothers, and fathers in this troubled region. In these difficult times, remember that even the longest night gives way to dawn. May we all find ways to be beacons of hope and kindness to one another, reaching across divides with open hearts. This is Santa Claus, wishing you peace and goodwill until we meet again.